Okay, let's
I
get
can't.
Ademilson to share the map. So we have an idea
Okay.
on how South Africa looks like and where they are
Yeah.
from, where they like to visit, where are the best places to visit in South Africa. For
Exactly.
instance, Cape Town is a very, very famous spot in South Africa. They're on
So
the west coast.
I think that Cape Town and South Africa in general is actually a very beautiful place. I just think that the people have made it quite dangerous.
Yeah.
But definitely there's lots of things to do in South Africa. It's I wouldn't say like it's like other countries because it's definitely very unique. Um, but there's the standard things to do. There's the standard things to do, like go to the movies or go to a restaurant or go to the mall. It's like I mean, there's pottery classes, even though I've never been to any of them. It's just
Cape Town is a very it's a very big city. I would definitely recommend going there if you do want to go visit if you do want to visit South Africa. I would say if you hear anything about Johannesburg, it is basically a bigger Cape Town, just more dangerous as well.
yeah.
There's
Ah,
obviously a
okay.
lot more to do, but I personally I don't like Johannesburg, and a lot of the people that I know that that live in Cape Town uh, come from Johannesburg. They do not like Johannesburg.
So, Denise, can you let us know how far is Vredenburg?
Vredenburg,
How do you say it? Vredenburg?
Vredenburg.
Vredenburg.
Brandenburg from Cape Town.
Yes. Oh, so it's not that far. It's like by car 1.5 hour. Oh,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
yeah.
that.
One and a
Yeah.
half hours, yeah.
But to Johannesburg, on the other hand, is very far by car, I
Oh,
guess.
yeah, no, that's a
From the
2 hour
other
flight.
side of the country.
Yeah, it's a 2 hour flight if you fly. Two and a half
Yes.
hour.
You see, guys, how far it is? It's really far. Wow.
Yeah, 15-hour drive. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Let's go to Adenilson. He has a question. He's been waiting for a while.
Yeah, sometimes I raise my hand, sometimes I lower my hands. Hello, guys. How are you? So
Um,
yesterday I was looking for something to ask the two guys about the South Africa because there are some curiosities that I had, like Nelson Mandela being the first black leader in the world, and these things about apartheid,
Apartheid.
and I don't know about the apartheid. The most people in South Africa, they are black people or white people, and why this is segregation that took place in the past about black people being mistreated by white people, and how is these today? Like there is this prejudice against black people in South Africa, just as it was in the past.
Well, I would say South Africa is a very racist country. Um, there's a lot of racist tension between the two cultures, which it's very sad because I don't have a problem with other races at all. I mean, and then you get a lot of, I feel like most of the black people here in South Africa feel attacked through white people. And then they start getting aggressive towards white people. And because of the past, I mean, the past is in the past. I don't know why they should look stuck into that. But um, yeah, I don't know. There's just a lot of tension in the country still about apartheid and everything, although it happened so many years ago. But yeah, there's a very big racist crisis in this country. I don't know if it's the same that side, but if you want to start a business here, and you get to a certain level and you have a business partner, if you're white, your partner needs to be black. You are not allowed to have two white partners. It's not
Great,
allowed.
great.
So yeah. So yeah, it's until that point where they feel like white people are taking over. So they set in that rule. And over the past couple of years, I'm not sure if other people from other countries know this, it was brought to the attention under Donald Trump the one time, and our president Cyril Ramaphosa dismissed it. But there's a lot of farm murders in South Africa where our president doesn't do anything about it.
Against the white people.
Yeah, especially it's only against farmers, white people.
Because like they're kind of still really hung up on apartheid, and they're kind of trying to reverse it now and make it against the white people. But to answer your question, yes, South Africa is majority black, and we call them brown. I don't know how would you say it. Black people. They are majority. I think they're like 85%.
Color. They call it now colored people, right? We are not allowed to say black anymore. It's colored.
Okay. So majority of South Africa is colored people. And then so they're trying to go back and make apartheid against the white people now.
Yeah.
Another reason that I really want to get out of, and I tried to get out of here, because it's just not. And like he said, the government is just covering up so much, because there's a lot of racism towards white people. And then there's a lot of the older generations, white people even have so much racism towards the colored people here. Like
there's
it's
a
crazy.
lot of there's a lot of the older generation of the white people here in South Africa. I have to say they are quite racist, majority of them. So I think that's also one of the biggest problems to why this whole racist thing is a big problem, because I don't know, a lot of the white people here are also very racist, which
doesn't help at all.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I have another question about the political. It is a political question about the capital of South Africa. We see that mostly the countries have one capital city, but in South Africa, you guys have three capitals, like one administrative, another legislative, and another judicial, like Pretoria, Cape Town, and Bloemfontein. Is that Bloemfontein?
Yeah.
Three capitals you have is different from other countries. And do you guys drive it on the left side, like in England?
Yeah, left side,
all over the country.
Sorry?
Yes.
All over the country.
Yeah.
And I don't know, guys, if you guys noticed, but let me share again the map. There is something really interesting here. You guys have a country inside your country. Lesotho. Two. This one here also it's Eswatini. It's Lesotho.
I've never even heard of that place.
So we have two countries inside of our country, and it's kind of just, I think it was, I'm not sure. I'd have to go back to when I went to school here, and I don't remember the history. But I think that it was just because they didn't want to be part of the South African democracy and like politics and stuff like that. They just didn't really want to be a part of it, I remember. If I remember correctly, I'm not 100% sure. That's also another thing that I don't really know why there's three capitals. I'm sure if I had stayed in South Africa longer, they would have explained it to me in history going forward in high school. But I left in primary school already, like before high school. And then they had just always taught us that it was three, and they didn't really explain to us why. I think they would have if we'd stayed high school more.
Yeah, I also was looking about some interesting things about South Africa. Like you guys was in the past, a lot of people went to South Africa to explore gold and diamonds, and it is I read a book about a guy who had gone to South Africa to look for diamonds, and I forgot now. Sorry?
Kimberley is a country full of diamonds.
And a lot of different kind of, there is this animal also that we can find just in South Africa, is springbok. Springbok. It's
Mm.
like a
They
different kind
taste
of.
great.
Yeah, I'm gonna share, guys, with you this animal. In South Africa, we can find like elephants, leopards, like buffaloes, the big animals we can find in. But this is different. Springbok. Let me share.
He's gonna go get a skin, like a springbok skin, because
Oh.
they're very hunted in this country. There's so many of them. So we make them for meat and we make skin out of them as well. So he has a carpet. It's kind of gross, but anyway, this is the skin.
Wow.
Yeah.
But it's lawful to hunt this animal. It's lawful?
Yeah, you can. It's very it's very hunted here.
Yeah, when I hunted them when I was 10 years old, I shot 3 of them. But you pay the farms they breed with them, and then you can pay the farm if you want to go hunt.
And you make meat from them, and it's the biggest.
Oh.
So we have biltong here, which is
Yeah.
like beef jerky.
Yeah, it comes from biltong. It's like beef jerky. It's dried out meat.
And most of it is springbok.
But
meat.
it is a wild animal, or people raise this animal? It's wild.
A wild animal. It's wild.
People don't raise it, like a cow, for example.
Maybe crazy people do, but I don't think
I think you can, but it's a wild animal, yeah.
But they're not very harmful
No.
at all. I think there's ever been an attack?
You just have to watch out when you're driving at night. I almost drove one over
yesterday,
2 days ago. He jumped in front of my car. So yeah, they can leave a pretty big dent in your car if you don't miss it.
Yeah. Thank you guys for the answers.
What's the main sport in South Africa?
Rugby.
Rugby.
Yeah, rugby. But rugby is
very big.
Because
it's like an American football. It's like an American football, or not? The rules are different.
It's just a lot more aggressive.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
It's a very rugby is an extremely aggressive sport.
Can imagine.
Yeah,
because they don't use helmets. They don't use helmets to protect their heads. Yeah.
And they like fighting.
Very much. It's very entertaining to watch, I must say.
Yeah. I love fighting.
And then we have another South African sport that's mainly for girls. Okay, actually only girls play it, but it's called netball. So it's kind of like basketball.
How does it spell, Aura? Sorry. How does it spell?
It's NETBALL. It's basically like basketball. It's a sport majority for girls. And it's kind of, I think the only other rule is that you can't lift up both of your feet at the same time, and you're not allowed to dribble the ball. So I used to play it when I was a kid. But yeah, it's a majority female sport, and that's a South African sport that we have.
Thank you, Nicky and Aura, having you here. Nice. Have a very good rest of the weekend.
Thank you for having
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Have a great
Thank
weekend.
you.
Oh, have a lovely
Bye-bye.
weekend.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.